Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. I know it's late. We've had, we being me, I've had a very fun day with the Miata. Put a little more than 100 miles on it with the new coilovers on. I did some circular steering testing in a parking lot, both left and right, and did some no hands, just checking alignment. And it does need an alignment. It's not terrible. It's still very drivable, but the coils make a world of difference in driving this car, especially on the terrible roads here in Ohio. They have no clue what bridge transitions are. So the bumps and the transitions are so fierce it'll knock your phone off your phone holder. That's how bad it is. And this car handled it without any sort of issue. They on the initial drive late last night, I did about 5 to 10 miles, probably 8 or 9 miles, with the coil set to full blast, all the way cranked all the way up. And then today they're at about their half setting, and everything's settled. I didn't check, and you guys can come up to me and we'll do this really quick. I didn't check ride height after all the miles today. Last night I did, and everything came out great. We should be 22 and 7/8 here, which we are. And we should be 23 in the back. And we are dead on 23 in the back. So not quite a 69 Camaro, but we are dead on 23 in the back there. That guy might go up a little bit. And this guy is 22 and 7/8. So we're basically even with the car. I got him super close last night before I locked him up, and I'm very happy with how the car sits. The only thing I might do is raise that left rear a couple of turns, nothing too major, just so when we put the weight of me in there, it stays level. Right now, it would sink a little bit with me in there. That's about it. The car, it drives great. I'm very happy. It's way better than it was with the dead shocks that were in there. So super happy with the Miata. A couple of little things to take care of. Obviously, we got a front main seal leak, and we got to take care of that. But I mean, the Miata's in great shape. Oh, and I have a new radio on order too, because the $58 radio that I put in there that just does Bluetooth and doesn't have any accessories, and yeah, whatever. It fits and it looks okay. The screen killed itself, so we're off of that. Yeah, we're done with that. Gonna get another $60 one and put it in there, and hopefully it lasts. And that one, apparently, the new one has Apple CarPlay, allegedly. So we'll see how well that works. By the way, this is brought to you by Rockstar. It's what we've been going on the last few days.
Does it have a teeny tiny little screen?
Yeah.
Like a 2-inch screen?
No, it's like 4 inches by 2 inches. It's most of the face is a screen. It's all touch screen.
You'll have to send me a link.
Yeah, it's a single DIN. They also, it's weird on Amazon, they say it's a single DIN, but then they have a huge screen on the face of it, like you're going to cover up most of your dash. It covers up most of your AC controls or your vents, and you're like, well, yeah, the main unit fits in a single DIN, but the screen itself is huge, and it's like, yeah, that doesn't quite.
But it might work in something like the Mazda.
The Subaru would be great, and it's apparently CarPlay, so we'll test it out on this. And they're like $60, $70. It's not. They have double DIN ones too that are, 89. You can also go get, a Kenwood for $1,000 if you really want to.
Walmart get a Pioneer, Sony with the CarPlay. Yeah, the units are really nice.
For something that's exposed to the elements and the sunshine and rain and stuff, I'm not going to get a super high-end radio. If I did, I would get something marine. And marine isn't going to have.
You can get everything. They make head units, speakers.
I'm not putting a $1,000 radio in a car. No. I'll keep doing this. It's okay.
has no stereo attached to it right now.
It's
I need to
okay.
take those out.
Don't need to do any of that stuff. Also, yeah, everything got torqued this morning and very early this morning before I went out on the drive, and everything is very happy. Super happy Miata. And it's going to be awesome at the track. When we take it autocrossing, it'll be great. We can dial up the shocks really, really firm, and the thing handles absolutely wonderfully. So very, very happy with the car now. It's a much, much, much smoother ride. We're not just on springs. We're actually on full coilovers. So there's some damping and all of that. So next project in here, not sure yet. We've still got a couple of other ones. Brian had talked about doing some stuff on my truck, so we might have the truck in here this week. But we have Mopar Nats coming up next weekend, so we'll definitely have the Viper in here, and we will definitely have the ACR, the Neon ACR race car in here as well. Those two cars are going out to Mopar Nats, and they'll be there Friday, Saturday, and probably on Sunday. So I'll be out there with those cars working on the logistics of getting both of them out there, because the one I have to tow, I can't really drive it. I guess we could try and drive it, see how far we get with the
I
Neon.
guarantee you, if it's you and me get all the way there.
You think we can get all the way? Brian thinks we can get all the way there.
I'll take the ticket. I already got a court case on the 20th.
Well,
I'll take the ticket.
my fear is putting you behind the wheel.
No, I won't. That can of worms up.
Yeah.
Not unless we got a good stretch.
Also, yeah, there's no.
Those tires also probably needed out.
The tires are a little bit old. I would.
They're safe to drive on. But
Yeah,
I wouldn't put the car up top speed.
I would probably get one more track day out of those, and then they're done.
Really?
Yeah, they're only 2 or 3 years old. They're not that bad. So yeah, they're okay, but we burn them up pretty quick. So, and you tear up track tires on regular pavement. So
Anything 200 tread wear on.
it just gets beat up on pavement, especially in Ohio. Yeah, well, we're not going to be doing anything like that, but on regular pavement on the street, race tires get absolutely chewed up real quick. So that's why it's kind of a good idea to trailer them. So we'll figure that out. So we have a ton of Mopar stuff coming this week. We'll be very Mopar heavy this week because Mopar Nats is Friday, Saturday, Sunday at National Trails Raceway. Ton of drag racing. Tons of really, really cool cars. If you guys get a chance to go out there, definitely go out. There's I have a ton of friends in town, a lot of Viper friends, a lot of racing friends. So definitely come out and hang out. Go grab an ice cream or a hot dog or whatever. And if you can't find me, I'll be up in the Jag Suite in the air conditioning. So yeah, that's about it. That's where we're at. We'll do a ton more stuff, and it's not stopping, right? It's not like we're done working on the cars. We're just going to keep on going. We got a ton of other projects that we're going to do too. Brixie's car. We've got
the Ram. Once the fuel lines and stuff are done on the Ram.
Yeah, we got Brian's Ram. We've got the limo. We've got. It's pretty much nonstop. So we'll try and
V8 stuff coming up.
Yeah.
383 and the limo.
Yep.
And the Ram.
Yeah, it's nonstop. We'll keep going on this stuff as long as you guys are watching, and I love that you're watching. So I'll keep dishing it out to you guys. I love doing it. If there's something you want to see, definitely let me know. Shoot me a message or a text or whatever, and I'll try and get it here in the shop. We've got a ton of people that we know with all sorts of different cars. I mean, we've had Lamborghini Urus in here. We've had a Miata in here, and a shitbox Subaru that Brian got for 2 McChickens and a Diet Coke. So yeah, we have everything in here. We don't discriminate except against the rotaries. So
Yeah.
Cops act natural. I don't know if you guys can hear the sirens.
If we do go full madness and introduce the spinning Dorito nonsense.
No.
What we'll do is we'll make the car Mazda shut up.
No.
So I've already got.
Do you mean with Hartley V8 in it? It sounds like a great idea.
I wish I had 45 grand.
We put it in an
Hey, if
NA.
you're dropping 45 grand, drop one in your car. I'll help
Guys,
you.
guys have put Ferrari engines in these and LSs and everything else. Why not put a Hartley V8 in it and retain most of the 50-50 weight balance and you get a 500 horsepower car?
I got a car that came all-wheel
Guy put a
drive.
Hellcat engine in one.
And then I have a spare Miata transmission and diff and drive shaft.
The Hartley will tear up the
No,
Miata
not the
trans.
Hartley. And then I've got a car that came all-wheel drive, but they only made it all-wheel drive 1 year. But then all the chassis is still set up to take a drive shaft and subframe and all that. So you can
So
make
what
it
car?
rear-wheel drive really easily.
So you want to do a Miata, all-wheel drive Miata?
I want to do a rear-wheel drive turbo spinny Dorito protege.
No.
Just make an
You lost me. You lost me at Spinny Dorito.
Make an absolute bastard child Lego bin parts
No.
mashup Mazda that
Nope.
they could have
Nope.
and should have built just for
Nope.
insanity purposes.
Nope.
And they just didn't go down the rabbit hole.
I refuse. No.
They put
No.
a rotary and everything else. They put it in a pickup.
Hell to the no, to the no, no, no.
Why didn't they put
No.
it in a sedan?
Nope. Because they're smart. They knew they're just going to send Apex seals out the back door. They didn't put 4 doors on it.
They should have experimented more. I
Forget
think we should try it.
No.
And then when it blows up, we'll do the natural thing.
I don't want to blow it up. I want to build it and have it run. I don't want to build it and
when
watch it
blows
explode.
Up, when it blows up and everything's already going the right direction in the car,
No.
and we have the correct transmission.
No.
The real swap for this would be a KLZE.
As they say
which
on
is the
Letterkenny,
2.5
hard
liter.
no.
Dude, do the 2.5 liter Mazda V6 with independent throttle bodies from factory. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I can do that V6 with the ITVs. That would be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
We're not doing spinning rotaries. We're not doing spinning
But
Doritos.
my thing is, I'll do the spinning
No.
Dorito nonsense in the car if it doesn't matter. And then when it grenades itself, it's a really easy swap to do the V6.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
We'll do that at your shop because we're not doing any magic Doritos here. That's not going to happen. Not going to happen. So anyway, we do have other projects coming in. We get the limo running and going, which is going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to get the MR6 battle. Brian and I were just talking about the next race for the MR6 and trying to figure out themes for that. So hopefully you guys will help us with themes for that. We don't know which event we're going to be at yet because we haven't timed it out and with
So I talked to team
moving.
members.
Yeah, we'll talk to some of the other
Yeah,
drivers and the
we've
crew
got
guys.
Awesome team members. And the biggest thing is getting everybody to be like,
Yeah, trying to line everybody's schedule up is really hard.
work.
Yeah, we're gonna
It's time to
go.
go
We're gonna go back racing again, and it's so addicting. It is like crack, man. It is really like crack.
The biggest thing about lemons that's so hard.
Well, we can also do Champ Car.
Yeah, we could do Champ, but Lemons has its own social atmosphere as well as camaraderie.
Lemons
And
is
the worst thing-
very different from like NASA or SCCA or anything else like that.
Every other
It's
segment.
very, very different.
It is.
It's good.
totally
It's
different.
just totally different. You still have, and what's funny is at Lemons, you'll see a bunch of guys who race in SCCA or race in NASA.
And they're going there to
And-
relax.
and
There's
yeah,
other
they're going to-
tight-ass people running
Yeah.
SCCA.
They're going to Lemons because they like
I hate
like
to say it.
trying to skirt rules and stuff like that. And they're like,
myself,
yeah,
I
we're
say that.
we got this turbo from eBay for $199 and we're going to bolt it on this morning and run our car. And that's what the serious racers like to do. They like to do like crazy, insane stuff. And that's why they're fun to hang around. They do absolutely bonkers things. So they're a lot of fun. We'll let you guys know when we're going to the race. And my offer still stands. If you want to come to a Lemons race, I will pay your admission, your spectator admission. Yep. And you don't have to support us or anything, cheer us on or do big signs or anything, but I will cover your spectator cost. If you guys come to whatever Lemons race we're at, send me a message. I'll PayPal you. It's that simple. Because we think you're going to enjoy
Even
that
better,
as much as we do. And we want you guys to
just show up and call us when you're on the way.
Yeah, shoot me a
call one of
message
us, and we'll just meet you at the gate.
and get you the wristband, and then you can come in and you can see how much fun racing really is. I want to get more people into it, and I think it's a simple, very simple, easy way to do it. So plus, you're gonna see just insane builds. If you're into cars, some of the stuff they do, it just isn't natural. You're not going to see it on YouTube channels. You're not going to see it at SEMA. You're going to see insane builds. A lot of stuff that shouldn't get done does get done at Lemons, which is very, very funny. And then these guys go out and 5 laps in, and they just send a cylinder head into orbit just because they can.
The thing about Lemons, so Lemons is great. Take a car, but you've driven 10 years off the road, and you've beaten snot out of it every day for 10 years. It's reliable. You just go race it, and you take all the spare parts out of your garage. You're like,
take everything.
Cylinder head, spare engine, spare transmission. Just put them all on the trailer.
We're gonna use them.
We're gonna probably need them.
Yeah.
But then when you take them all,
you never need them.
Car that you've been beating on for 10 years. You don't need any of the spares you took. People are like, man, you guys brought all these spares. You haven't used them. You're like,
don't jinx it. And also, you'll find another team that will be in desperate need, and so you can sell it, and then you take that off the price of your car, which is a good thing.
Even better, you use it to offset the fuel costs of taking the race car to the race and the entry fees.
All of that stuff, yeah.
I mean, if you play your cards really right, I mean, I feel like I could probably pick engines up once a month for $200.
You could go to Lemons with like a trailer full of engines, just like a 4AGE, a 1MZ, and I bet you could do an a la carte, like a salad bar of engines, and people would come to you on day one. Yeah, here's a small block Chevy. I have it in orange. I have it in black. Yeah. You can be the engine guy, like ready for them to bolt in. Sure, take a couple of VW engines. Yeah. VW 1.8. Absolutely. So you just be like the engine bar,
It's got to be like
instead of like an oyster bar.
It's got to be like a 2 or 3 layer trailer, and you got to have like a little swingy winch deal where you can just swing it.
Swing it out, and then they pull the car up, and you just drop it in.
Yeah, it's got to be like real Lemons.
Chris has a cool. He has a engine hoist. He has an engine hoist that goes in a trailer hitch and a 2-inch receiver.
I thought about building one of those.
Chris has one. It's really cool, and it's on a swivel, so you can pick the engine up and then hoist it over, and you can like put it on the ground or literally drop it in the car. It's pretty cool. His dad built it, which is really. This is different than the truck bed one because it's on the receiver, so it's already cleared the tailgate. The truck bed one isn't that great because you are way too deep in there. You can't come out far enough.
Unless you have this pull up under the tailgate, probably.
Nah, for that you would have to drop it and then put it back in again. But anyway, so if you guys do come to Lemons, to one of the races we're at, I will cover your admission. Just
I'll cover
shoot me out. Well, I don't do that anymore, but whatever.
Show up and have a beer with me.
Yeah, stop by and hang out in the paddock. And again, you can cheer for whatever team you want. You can do whatever you want, but we would love to have you at the race, and I think you're going to enjoy it. So definitely hit me up if you guys want to do that. We'll have the MR6 back in here after Mopar Nats. We'll be putting the axles back in and getting that car sort of spiffied up. I'm working with a potential scammer to get some of the parts that we need. I think the guy's a scammer. I don't know. It's so hard to tell. You gotta. I've figured out. Here's a cool way, and I learned this from one of the guitar guys. If it's a real dude, a real seller, and not a scammer, because a lot of guys have pictures that they've taken and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm selling this, Countach for $500." No, you're not. They get pictures from everywhere. So one of the guitar guys had a really cool trick. All right, I want you to take a piece of tape and write these words on the piece of tape, put it on the guitar anywhere, strings, and take a picture of it and send it to me. And he gave him random words like Tuesday, cheesecake, toolbox, and hamburger. And gave him those 4 words, and the guy wrote it on tape and put it on and took a picture and sent it to the guy. So you know that you're talking to the real person who actually does own the piece of gear. I thought that was a really good idea because that's super simple. Takes a minute to do it, and that's a great way to do it.
Back in the day, we make people you're selling computer parts on overclock.net, you use, which is forum. Do forums or did forums. or
Past
still do
tense, yeah.
forums. I still do forums.
Do you really? Someday I gave up on them a decade ago more.
Because Facebook's search is.
But what did they do?
We would make people write their username on a piece of paper, and then with the date, right?
Yeah, put it on there.
And then crumple it up and unwad it and put it with the parts.
Yeah, you can do all that stuff.
And the reason why you do that is like you can fake a piece of printed paper. You can't fake the shadows on a wadded up piece of paper.
I just like the random words. Just pick out like 4 words and put them on a piece of tape and take a picture of it and send it to them. That works really well. And then you know you're dealing with the actual person who does own the actual item. So we get the MR6 back in here and get it back. It runs and drives great. We can race it as is, literally. But we're trying to make it more bulletproof, and that's the goal, is to have this great bulletproof car. So
Spare-built transmission,
yeah, and we can do the transmission kind of whenever we want. We have an engine that's actually going to go with us. It is a drop-in.
On the track anyway.
It doesn't matter. That one can stay. The only thing we're taking is the engine.
Yeah.
Our transmission has proven itself not only with the money shift, but also with the last 3-4 races. So that transmission has proven itself. I'm not worried about it. Yeah. And also I want to do a taller 345. Sorry, shorter 345. But yeah, I'm sure we can. We got to look up E51, E153 Transits. So we'll look up gearing for that and see if we can get 345 a little bit shorter, so we can get. I'd like to get 140 out of the car. 135, 140 would be great in that car. It'll take it. So anyway, tons of racing. We got Mopar Nats next week and next weekend. We've got racing coming up. We've got the limo coming up. And we're going to be doing more multi-camera live stuff here on YouTube on this channel, but also on my personal stuff on Facebook and Instagram. So
limited to the limo road trip.
Yeah, we'll do the limo road trip. That one's coming up. I'll definitely.
That'll be a multi-cam.
That'll be a huge endeavor. We'll have one in the truck too.
Buy a Wi-Fi access point like Ubiquity and put it on an inverter in the limo, and then that way we can put a camera in the car in front of us, and it can use the Wi-Fi from the limo.
Well, the hotspot.
The car behind us can use it, and we'll cruise.
We only have 2 vehicles. We have the truck and the limo. The truck can use the hotspot.
U-Haul. Yeah.
Or we'll just do like a rental car.
So
anyway, we've got
about moving Kevin's. It's going to be so many people to take him and all of this stuff down there. It's going to be a caravan. And if we're doing the limo drive, we better do it while we have support vehicles.
That's true. That's true. But we also have to move the truck. So the truck is going to move with the limo. So that'll be 2 cars at once. All this stuff is going in box trucks, and that'll be a totally separate trip. There's going to be like 4 or 5 trips. So
Mayflower trip.
Yeah, something like that.
If you get a 27-foot box truck, it's an entire garage.
Not the whole thing, but we can with 2.
I could get all
of it. Okay, Tetris. We'll see.
Like all of
it. The cabinets?
Yeah, because I can stack all the tires vertical and put straps through them, keep them from moving around a set at a time.
We'll see. We'll see how all of that stuff works. So
having owned a moving company.
We'll see. All the shelving?
Yeah. Well, I've put people's entire 5 and 6 bedroom houses into all the shelving and everything. Break it all down.
Okay.
You got to break it down to move it anyway, so it's all going to fit.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I have more shelving at the Motorplex that goes with this. There's a section that joins those 2 that goes overhead. So it's 3 more shelves. So anyway, tons of really cool stuff. Mopar this coming week and weekend. Race car in here. The MR6 for getting that guy back and ready to go to the track. We'll figure out racing for you guys and we'll let you know. And then limo and whatever other cars we pop in during the week. So thank you guys very much for hanging out tonight. I really appreciate it. hopefully you learned something from doing the coils in the Miata. The Flying Miata kit is really great. You can find out the stuff, in the previous, in part 2, the stuff I would have changed or would have had them add to the kit. It's nothing major. Their kit's actually very nice. It's definitely worth the $1,200, but they can do a couple little things to make it really, really worth it and be at the top of the game. So if you want to, you can go back and watch that. And I think that's about it for tonight. It's humid, but it feels really nice. I'm gonna go watch Weather Channel, and we're gonna actually. Are we gonna pull the truck in? We don't really need to pull the truck in.
We should go drive it. Computer attached.
Yeah, we're gonna do some stuff at the truck tonight and do some pre-diagnosis stuff and see what we can figure out on the truck. And then we'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll have something fun in here. I promise you guys. Thanks again for hanging out. Don't forget to subscribe and like and hit the bell and all that stuff. You guys like this stuff? I'm going to keep bringing it to you. And don't forget to show someone that you love them today. Give me a kiss on the cheek. Give them a kiss on the tip of their nose. Hold their hand. Give it a squeeze. It's important for them, but it's far more important for you. All right. Thanks, everyone. We will catch you tomorrow and earlier. Brian's just going to stay in frame.